All right. I think we're ready. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I think I have figured it out. So, first off, I want to apologize for yesterday's uh, disaster of trying to get this set up, and I just gave up on it. Still learning, so that's just me. That's on me, where I was trying to figure it out while I was doing it, and I shouldn't have. I should have figured it out beforehand. Anyways, I unfortunately had a bunch of problems yesterday and just gave up on the live stream. uh, if you were following my channel, I know I don't really have an audience, but um, after about fighting with it for about 30 minutes, I just ended it. And so I apologize. So I was going to make a video last night doing like a back testing thing, but other things came up as well. So we're just back to normal stuff today. So today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. This is a daily chart. So here we have something a little bit interesting because to me, I think, not I think, no, don't say it like that, but my analysis is telling me that I'm a little bearish. I'm a little bearish coming into today. Will that stay? I don't know. But right now, a little bearish, a little bearish. So I would like to see some lower prices today, in the morning session at least. I'm not sure, what happens in the rest of the day. We'll have to see what the morning gives us. But for right now, um, I would like to see some lower prices. So, anyways, daily chart. We're just working off blank. I'll go to the layouts here in just a second, but I just want to run through, what we have. So, daily chart. We have this swing high being made right here. It stops short of these highs right here. It's actually stopping short of halfway of this wick if you measure it. Hold on 1 second, I'll do it. So if we measure this wick, actually we'll do it this one. Why this wick? Because it's the highest one. Oh wait, that's my GAN box. I wanted to do fib. See how we can't even get up to the midpoint of that? So to me, that is signaling that it's, weak-ish for the time being, I guess. Like I said, I'm not sure, how long my bearishness is going to last, but for right now, this is looking like it's not as strong as I thought it was, because after this reaction, we have this candle and now this candle. After we had this immediate rebalance, if it's bullish, it should have had a pretty strong reaction to the upside, but it's not. So that's the reason why, I had to reevaluate, do my analysis again, and lower time frames will make it become a little bit more clear why I'm a little bearish. So dropping down to the 4-hour, you can see we have this price action formation. We're in this range right here from this high to this low. We did have news this morning. We had PPI. So, okay, so we're in that range right there, and we're hovering around equilibrium. What did I say about equilibrium? It's a little bit, tricky and tough to trade in the middle of the range. So we're going to be patient, and we are going to wait for something clear and obvious if we do decide to take something today. Because I didn't take a trade yesterday because I was so just over all of the crap that I had to deal with the streaming software. So I just gave up on today, and knowing myself, don't want to be emotional and and my focus was not on the market. So better just to stay out altogether. Uh, Yesterday, it didn't look very, very good either, though. Sorry, got a phone call. Anyways, let me see here. We'll continue with this. So 4 hour, we have this, and as we can see, we have this candle close below this inefficiency. So to me, after that close below that inefficiency, it's it's really going to be tough. We do have this breaker right here. That's the only thing. We do have this breaker. And so as long as it doesn't take out these lows, even though that's where I'm thinking it's gravitating towards, we can still be bullish. But this is where, a lot of liquidity is resting. There's a lot of stops right here, right here, right here, right here. And we also have this gap down here, which is a new week opening gap, old new week opening gap. And look, has price traded through it at all? No, it has not been traded to whatsoever. Gaps and volume imbalances and all these, of course, we never expect them to be traded through, hit immediately, but I mean, they eventually will. It's just, how these markets book. So to me, this is failing. After that, and seeing that close right there, that almost confirms my bearishness. That's the reason why I said coming into today, I was a little bearish. So we'll drop down to the 1 hour. 1 hour, we have this inefficiency. We also have this possible inversion inefficiency right there. Let's see. Stopping at equilibrium right there. And now trading lower. Like I said, you have these lows, this low, this low, this low. Okay, let's see what else. 15 minutes. Same type of view, I guess. Here's an inefficiency. Here's an inefficiency. Let's close below it, come back up, treat it as inversion. Let's see if it can act as resistance and send price lower. Now, I know I keep using the terms support, resistance, all these, but I don't use them in the term as retail support and resistance. Because I'm not a support and resistance trader. But certain PD arrays, I would like to act in certain ways. And that, to me, I would like to see it act as, resistance, obviously, since it's closed below it now. I want to see it flip its original role, put it that way. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go through the other charts real quick, but let me escape really quick, and I'll be right back, folks. So I'll put it here in case people join. Can't type. Okay, hold on. Okay. Sorry. Hopefully, the distractions will be minimal after yesterday. So, on this chart, let's go back into the 4 hour. 4 hour, I have this inefficiency delineated. There is a little volume imbalance right here. So that's the reason why this candlestick or the box is all the way up here. Because as you can see, between this candle's high and this candle's opening, we have the small gap right there. So we encapsulate that with the fair value gap. This up here on the 1 hour is a inversion fair value gap. As you can see, it worked this basically overnight and sent us lower. 1 hour time frame again, we came up to the midpoint of this daily wick again. So we're still inside this daily wick. And if it was bullish, we would have wanted it to see it stay above the midpoint, but it's not. So that's the reason why I'm also bearish for the time being, for a little bit. So 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. We'll stay on the 15 minute because it's the time frame that I use to gauge, especially during the open, folks, when it's so volatile. If you're on such a low time frame, you're gonna get lost. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say you're going to, but there's a, unless you've done basically all of your learning on a 1 minute chart, I would, like I said, stick to a higher time frame to gauge, what the environment is, where you're at, and then, proceed to scale down to your lower time frames. Because if you don't get the full picture, you're not going to understand the story. So here's a 15 minute. Okay, so we got about 14 minutes for market open. Here, same thing. So daily, we have this inefficiency right here that at first was traded through, and now it is back down below it. So this, can be used as reclaimed. And as we can see, dropping down to the 4 hour, it does come back up, touch it right there. Also, right there on the 1 hour chart. 15 minute again. So 15 minute, we have pre-market highs and lows. This is the range from pre-market from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Right now, we're just hovering around the middle of that range. This right here was this daily order block right there. This, I want to mark that actually. So let's do this together. So I want to get the midpoint, which is right there, which it's already come down and hit. As I say, 25,710. That was pretty close. Sometimes I'm not that good at, the first try. So there's the midpoint of that daily order block. But we also have these candles right here, which is also an order block. So I want to mark this as well. Right down here. As I say, 25,600.25. That's pretty close too. Okay. So we have this volume imbalance, which I would pretty much, that's where I think we're going first, folks. That's where I think we're going first. And like I said, depending on how fast we accelerate down there, we could easily see, you know, it gravitating towards this volume imbalance right there. I'm gonna delete that for right now. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Actually, no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. But also, I was doing some analysis. So, I think a couple videos ago, I measured the uh, the range from this candle's low to this candle's high, and as soon as we got above it, I wanted to get projections on how far we could go above it. And here is that first quarter of the swing. And as we can see, it's worked this level a lot, and it has not shown a willingness to go any higher. So for that, that's why I'm I readjusted my bias, because man, you saw it. How many times it go through it? One, two, three, drop. What does this look like? It looks like a three drives pattern. If you don't know what a three drives pattern, it's an old. Uh, yeah, I picked it up from watching ICT videos, but um, it's a classic retail pattern. That you know doesn't always it sometimes works. Um, I like this inefficiency as well. Maybe it can come up into there, but I have this one marked for right now because it's the closest proximity. Also, this is a balanced price range, so I would rather see something, you know, happen in here. But like I said, we can come up here if it needs to. So let's go back down to the 15-minute. So yeah, we already went through that. 15-minute right there. Go to the next layout. Here's the opening range gap. So when we open up here today, we're going to be below it. So we're going to have a discount opening range gap. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty big gap too, over 200 handles. And if it's that large, sometimes it doesn't always close. Might get to the midpoint, might get to the first quadrant or the lower quadrant. Um, but if it, you know, like I said, if it can't get to certain things like the midpoint, lower quadrant, and you have a bias that is bearish, what is that signaling to you? It's more than likely signaling to you that it's weak. Um, so I would prefer it not to close today and stay either below or right at the midpoint of the opening range gap, and then maybe send us lower. Midnight and 8:30 opening price. Here's the midnight opening price. Down below it, can't even touch it. Boom, drop. That was fast and sudden. So to me, that's weak. That's extremely weak. Even though it didn't trade up here, to me, I'm not looking at that as, oh, it came up here and it's going to come back up here for right now. Obviously, yes, it can come back up here, but right now, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the opposite. Here's a midnight opening price from Monday. So you can see how they utilize those a lot. Here's the 8:30 opening price. We did have PPI this morning, and that was a little bit of a flurry. Right here is that PPI news. Right there, that candle right there. I want to mark this first presented fair value gap on the. So what I'm doing here is this is the first presented fair value gap for morning session. What color do I want to make it? Make it this color again. Yeah, that's fine. And let's extend this. See how it utilizes it here. Can't touch it there. What do we have here? Equal level lows. Where is it smooth? Smooth right here. We got some liquidity here. Got about 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Back up to the 15-minute chart. Sticking with our plan, we're gonna wait till 9:50ish. Give it some time to develop. Here's a 15-minute there. I'm gonna try to stay on the 15-minute on the long chart. So the 15-minute here, this is from yesterday. As we can see, this thing hovered around equilibrium from yesterday's regular session trading hours, dropped off overnight, and now is hovering around yesterday's low. So would like to see it stay below the low or heavy, or even come up, sweep this, and then stay around this, just because, like I said, we don't want it to come all the way up here, because if it comes all the way up here, it means this thing is actually really bullish. So we want to see it come up, maybe sweep it, but have a wick, or something that is showing us bearishness rather than bullishness, because like I said, I'm not bullish right now. So, and that could change very quickly if it screams up. But right now, I'm bearish. New week and new day, and new week, new day opening gaps, and first presented fair value gaps. You can see price working around all these levels. That's why I have these on here. I don't stay on this chart, obviously, but if I'm studying where price is gravitating towards, I'll look at this, peek at it, see where they are, and I'll get a better view. So that's why I keep those there. But what chart do I want to stay on? Let's do the blank one just for right now. Actually, no, because I want to get the first printed price. Actually, we'll stay on that for right now, and then at 9:30 I'll switch it over. So we got about 3 minutes. Let me take a quick bathroom break, and we should be ready to go. While we're still waiting, want to give a shout out to my mother. It was her birthday 2 days ago on the 12th. I don't know why I did not mention it, but I apologize. But just wanted to throw that in there. That's not really important, but felt it necessary to pay tribute to the creator. It was the creator's creation day. But she has no idea what this stuff is. She was so worried whenever I was starting out doing this. She thought it was like a cult. She was like, you're doing all this stuff, and I'm worried because you're talking differently. And I go, well, that's just what happens when you find out something that you're passionate about. But she stuck with me. She supported me. She stuck by my side. She was really the only person that I had to lean on during hard times. And I know she didn't understand it fully. She tried to, her best, which I'll always be grateful and thankful for her for that. But anyways, like I said, not the point of the video. But happy birthday, Mom. I know you'll probably never see this video, but just know that I love you, and I thank you for everything that you've done. So, all right, that's enough of that. So, 50 seconds left. This thing might just fall out of bed right here, folks. It's kind of looking like it. We'll see though, because we do have this inversion, fair value gap. I'm gonna go back to the other chart right here in just a second. Let's check out where we open up. 10 seconds. And boom, there we go, market open. So there's the first print. Let's see here. If I can do this. That on there, right? I think it is. Yeah. So, do I want to leave it that color for right now? Just so it's more obvious which one it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it that color for right now. We'll still make the middle line black though. Okay, coming down into that first presented fair value gap from 7 o'clock this morning right there. Coming down, hitting the midpoint of the first order block on the daily chart. Driving through there. That was nice. Remember these lows. Focus on those lows real quick. Give me one more second, folks. I apologize. All right, sorry about that. Jeez. Anyways, geez, that coffee's doing its job. Sorry. Okay, so took pre-market low, came down below that first presented fair value gap at 7 a.m. We do have first presented fair value gap right here because this candle's 930, this candle's 931. We have displacement down here, so we'll mark this as the first presented fair value gap. I'm going to do a border on this also because we're going to differentiate between first presented fair value gaps. So came up, it is now in a premium of the range made from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Stop short. Now gravitating back down towards the first presented fair value gap. It's that inversion inefficiency right there. Comes up, hits equilibrium of that range we were in also. Just chilling for the time being. Now inside the first presented fair value gap. Here it came up to the lower quadrant of the opening range gap right now. So I'll mark that for y'all just so you can see it. Comes down below the opening price, midnight opening price of Monday. Comes up, can't even touch the 8:30 opening price. Same thing. It looked like it happened right there. Okay, comes up, fails to get to the low, comes up into this inefficiency again. See if we can close below the midpoint of this wick. I'd like to see it stay heavy there. See if we can't stay heavy and stay below it. Remember, we still got the opening range too. Is the first 30 minutes, so the range that we currently are in is right there to right there. We haven't taken buy side from pre-market, taken sell side from pre-market, came up, fell short of it, came up in between into a premium of the range made in pre-market and sent us lower now. Working inside the first presented fair value gap post 9:30. It's failed to come up to the first presented fair value gap for morning session, which is after 7 o'clock. Hitting the midpoint of that daily order block, using it as resistance for the time being. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, sorry. Stepped away. Should have said something. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice reaction right there. Look at that midpoint. Midpoint of that wick on the 15-minute right there. Uses that level. Love that. Okay. So, yeah, that sets the stage for me to see lower prices. It's probably going to seek these lows right here. So, let's see what we are going to get. So, it's about to take this low. Next stop could be there. And then ultimately down to there. Still hasn't hit it yet. There's the first one. Looking like it's taken. Wants to take that other one also. Yep. You can do it. You can do it. Get down there. Get down there. And took that low, but that is a shallow run, so I would definitely expect to see more. It drive through it more, creating this imbalance on the 15-minute. You also have this right here, like that. So what we wanted to see happen did, or what I wanted to see happen did. Well, it's starting to, at least. This is too shallow of a run for me. So coming up on the first macro also. Yeah, does this market structure, I mean, does it look bullish or bearish? And to me, that's bearish. I know everybody wants to see higher prices, but it's just not what I'm seeing. About a minute left before first macro. Hmm. All right, started the first macro. Mm-hmm. Coming down into that weekly volume imbalance right there. Okay. Still working that volume imbalance. Yeah. Drove through that second low that we had marked right here. Still too shallow of a run for me. I don't know how long I'll stay with you all. Maybe till 10:30. Yeah, probably 10:30. So I ordered something online. I know this is totally random. But I ordered something online and I accidentally ordered it online. And I have all of the shipping information and it clearly says the thing has not been shipped yet. And I know what they're doing. They don't want to do it. But I requested them to uh, not like cancel the order and refund me. And they keep emailing me saying, I'm sorry, we can't because it's entered the shipping stage. And I'm like, BS. I'm like, it's not moving anywhere. So I'm fighting with them on that. 4 minutes before opening range ends, and we'll reassess what we got. Because right now I'm liking the the structure of this right here, because I like this imbalance. Got equal level highs right there. Like to see maybe if those get tagged, come up, sweep this, come maybe up into the first presented fair value gap, accumulate somewhere around here, stay below the midpoint, and then continue lower. That's what I would like to see. Because the next stop we got is this low right here. Let's look at that on the 4 hour. Yeah, if this candle closes like pretty, I mean, it's beefy already, so that to me would still be considered bearishness. I would still look at that as bearishness. Let me put it that way. I'm gonna go back up to the 15-minute for right now. Okay. Just be patient. Have not missed anything. Midpoint of that order block on the daily chart. This one, the different one, sorry. So it's the midpoint of this order block because all these down candles make up one order block. This, like I said, it is a daily time frame, but are we taking that low yet? No, we're heading down there though. Quarter of the opening range gap. Remember what I said. If we see that, oh, see, there we go. There's that drive. There's that drive lower right there. That's what we wanted to see. All right. Stopping short of this low now. Right there. That's our next stop. So I'm gonna take off some of these because they've already been tagged. Let's just see if it wants to take that low. Okay. I told you from Jump Street, this thing looking like it wanted to dump, and it did. Hmm. Man, can you imagine how many people longed right here off of this fair value gap during pre-market? So this would be a day in the past where I probably would chase price right now, uh, because I see the drop off from the morning and I want to take advantage of it, just like everybody else did or does. And right now, look what's happening. So we created an imbalance right here. We have a low right there, but where are we? Remember, compared to opening range, let's do the opening range real quick. From where is the lowest low at 10 o'clock? There's 10 a.m. right there. Perfect. Here's equilibrium of that opening range. Oh, yeah, I know this is pissing y'all off. Anyway, there we go. So there's equilibrium. what do we have? Well, we got equal level highs sitting right below equilibrium. So we could see it gravitate up here, take this liquidity, maybe get up into this first presented fair value gap, stay below the midpoint of this 15-minute wick right here, stay below the midpoint, and then continue to seek lower prices. Because this, stopping short of that, to me is a signature that it's unfinished business. Because we also have these lows right there on the 1 hour. So that's my thought process. Now, like I said, if I was younger, I probably would have shorted this, had my stop right there. Can it pan out? Yes, it can. Is it high probability though? No. Have I gotten hurt more than I've actually won? Yeah. Is the trade worth it? To me, now, with my model and my strategy, no, that trade isn't worth it. So, I mean, if you take that trade and you make money from it, congratulations. I mean, great if that's your model, but that's not me as a trader. Half of the strategy is how long you need to wait, or half of the battle. Let me put it that way. Half of the battle is waiting, and it sucks. It sucks. I don't like it. I don't like waiting. I wish I could have a setup, immediately, been in and out in 5 minutes and have a 10-hour trade. Who wouldn't? But that's just not how this works. So again, if I was short right now, I'd be a little worried. Because we're in the lower quadrant of the opening range. See that? We're below it, actually. So it could seek that lower quarter and see what it gives us. Or like I said, I like these equal level highs. I do. So I would like to see them get tagged before taking that low. Or barely wick and then go take it, because then that would be a shallow run in my opinion. Yep. So if you want to do a case study, look at the price action in the opening range, just because that's all that we have right now. Look at the price action for downward movement, like bearishness compared to bullishness. Is it showing you that this thing is, wanting to go up? Or is it showing you that it's trying and then it's failing, and then it's trying and it might, like I said, come up and gravitate here, but I'm still saying, I would like to see it roll back over after taking these highs. Anyways, but like, study that. Study, how much movement to the upside before dropping precipitously. Like, we'd have 1-2 candle, boom, and then 1, 2, 3. This has a little bit of a break just because we had this fair value gap in the first presented, but this 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 minutes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then boom. So sharp. Okay. I like that. So if you were short from this fair value gap, you're unless your stop is there, which I think this is the next this is the next place it's going. Unless your stop is there, you've already been knocked out. All right, so where it came up into, yep, look at that. Oh, man, I just must be getting lucky. Okay, so let's study this now because we stuff is happening that I would like to see. Let me put it that way. Stuff is happening that I would like to see. So we're not in a rush, but we are going to study what we have. It did accumulate around the midpoint of this order block. But it stopped short of that low. And to me, like I said, I'm not bullish for the time being, especially after this closing below that. I'm still seeing it gravitate down here and ultimately into this volume imbalance. Keep studying that. I'm going to go run to the restroom. Okay. Now, okay. So I'd like to see it get up into that first presenter fair value gap. See if we can't see if we can't use it as resistance, because that's what I would like to see. It's inside this fair value gap right now. We also have this bullish breaker right here. So have this order block right here. So I still think this is unfinished business. So I'm gonna wait. Just chill out. We're going for an hour and a half now. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else's grocery stores already got Easter stuff out? Because I see that all over my social media, and I'm just like, it's too early. It's January, guys. We got Valentine's Day. We got St. Patrick's Day. We got, if you're Cajun, you got Mardi Gras. See if we can't get up there. Yep. There we go. Get up there. Get up there. There we go. I think that hit it, right? Did it? No. Stop short. Little short. So I want to see it actually get up there, though. Because it ain't just going to do that also. Yeah, I still don't like the fact that it didn't hit it. So I'm chilling for right now. We are in a premium of the opening range. Here, let's go back up to 15-minute. Stop short of this candle's low right here. I'd like to see it come and touch that if it can. Doesn't have to, though. I'll mark this inefficiency for y'all. Oops, wrong one. Where's the midpoint? Midpoint is So that midpoint of the 15-minute is also the it's inside the first presented fair value gap right there. Because if we look at the 15-minute, it's inside there. So like I said, I would prefer to see it come up and get into that first before looking to take anything. Got 8 minutes before London closes. This is the part that a lot of people struggle with, and I struggled with as well at the beginning. It's because you're like, is about, eh. I do like that where when it failed like that, I did like that. But then again, it's going to leave these equal level highs, so I still want to see it get in here. I really do. So if this setup pans out and it starts gravitating, so what? That's okay, because that doesn't satisfy me. And we got plenty of time. I mean, I don't have to take a trade in the morning. I mean, I could wait until lunch. I could wait until afternoon. It's just if there is something in the morning, we'll look at it. Where's the range of this right now? Or in this range right here, from this candle's high to this candle's low. I would prefer it to take this before taking that, but that's just me. Because this would lead me to believe they're knocking out the people that went short before or after it didn't hit this, and they're like, oh, so it can't get up there, so this must be resistance. So they put their stop right there, and that just gives them an excuse to to run it. That's how my mind thinks. I know, like I said, it's like a conspiracy. It's like a, oh, they're out to get you, but they are. They are out to get you. Come on now. Do they really want to see you win? Do you think they really want to see you win? That's why it's very difficult to be successful in here, because you have in this business, because you have to know that, like, they don't want you to make, well, let me put it this way, they don't want us, like the smaller people, to make money. They want them, like, they want to make money, and they want the big banks to make money, and that's the reason why they uh, move price around with, manual intervention, because it helps those big firms. I mean, people that are trading enormous millions of dollars, like positions that are worth millions. Can you imagine that? And we're just, small little traders. Some of us, you know, let me put it this way. We we only matter when our concepts align with smart money, the big firms. And that's how I, you know, trade. 928, close of London. Hmm, 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 hmm. Okay. Into that midpoint of the weekly, no, daily, excuse me, order block. But the weekly volume imbalance, it's inside that as well. This thing takes this low, I'm gonna call it just because it's done exactly what I wanted to. It just didn't afford me a setup. Did not afford me a setup, and that is okay. Because, like I said, I didn't like the fact that we stopped short of the first presented fair value gap. So I'm still thinking we got unfinished business up here because we left equal level highs up here. We got these equal level highs also. So, I mean, I would not feel comfortable taking a trade right now, but that's okay. If I'm not willing to risk it, then that's me. It doesn't have to be you, especially stopping short of the pre-market lows as well. Can't get hurt if you don't do anything. Like I said, we were inside this range right here. We broke this low. We've cascaded down. We're in a discount. We're in a discount from the opening range. We're also in the lower quadrant. Did we make it up to the upper quadrant? What do I do right there? No, we haven't made it up to the upper quadrant. Failed, which is fine. That's good. I wouldn't want to see it come all the way. It can, uh, but this is where your short setups are going to be, obviously above this line. And look at that. This is below this. I would not take that trade. You can. Can it pan out? Yes, it can pan out, but I'm not. That's not me. It's not my model. It could completely stay heavy here. It could stay heavy here and then just completely roll over, which, like I said, if it does, then that would complete the morning for me. And yeah, I'd just go about my day because it'd be already gone too far for me. If you wanted to enter, you should have entered up here. I would have loved to see it hit that fair value gap because that would have been more confirmation to me, or at least gotten up inside it. And it still can. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, it still can, but after it's moved this much, I'm like, if it's going to stay heavy, it's going to stay heavy. So I also don't like this because on the 15-minute, we don't have a body laid down inside this 15-minute fair value gap. So that to me leads me to believe that we're still going to draw up in here. I'd like to see a body laid down, possibly, like I said, get up into the first presented fair value gap. Where is it? First presented fair value gap. And then see if we can't roll over. Remember these 3 candles, order block? I'm probably going to stay on for another 3 minutes, guys. I'm getting bored. It just happens. And I'll still monitor it on my own time, but you know, doing this, for an hour and a half, 2 hours every day, you get tired of talking. And then when I watch this back, I also get tired of hearing myself. So uh, we'll close this thing at 9, not 9. See, I'm sorry, 10:40. I've been going for an hour and 45 minutes now. And I got stuff to do today, anyways. Okay. Yep, this thing is looking like it's going to gravitate up towards this gap. And then from there, we'll study and see where it goes. Or you can. I'm going to be gone. I might still watch it, but I'm going to be off the stream. But anyways, so that was today. Y'all saw it. I mean, it was pretty much on point, right? Hopefully, I think when I watch it back, I'll see. But for the most part, I was, pretty much on point of, where it wanted to go, which is what you want to see, or what you want to, where you want to get to the point of that. And then the next step is setups, execution, models, and stuff like that. But this is the first part of it, and it's the hardest. To be completely honest with you, it's the hardest because you can see setups all over the place, obviously, but do you know why it's going here? When it's supposed to move. How far it's going to go. That's what you're going to have to figure out for yourself before anything else. But anyways, we got about 40 seconds left, so just killing time. I think I got this streaming stuff down, so I think moving forward we won't have any technical difficulties. The stream will be posted later on my page. Make sure when you go to look for it, look in the live section. Don't look at the video section because it doesn't post there. It posts in the live section. So look at the live. You'll see the one that I had from Monday. Obviously, yesterday's we didn't have anything because it was a cluster F. But I think I got it figured out now. So we'll probably be back tomorrow around the same time. Let's check real quick before we hop off if we have any news. 8:30 unemployment claims. Yep. Okay. Cool. That should be pretty good. Alrighty. So that's gonna do it for me, folks. If I do take a trade later on, I'll make an attempt to see if I can't record it. And then I will maybe post it later if I do take a trade. So anyways, until tomorrow, be safe.